we would have been looking to purchase tickets to the US Open to see her perform it. But she decided she wanted to have a college. She accepted a scholarship to the University of Texas. With singles and doubles for the long ones. So, folks, let me just in the meantime, in the meantime, let me say to you that when I speak to you, I will be speaking on behalf of these grateful people behind me who make this thing happen. So let me start by introducing them. Of course, you met Ariel already. Sam Clark. Let's hear it for Sam Clark. My wife, Lee Pursuit. And you just heard the voice of Joan Jones. Loydris Josie. Miss Isaac. My son, Jay Pursuit. Derek Jones. And Andre Brereton. There are two of our members who are not here because they're somewhere on the road. One of the things you might have seen, I saw a couple of years ago. Most time we like our executive board to be husband and wife, family members. Bring your family when you go. This is what you have so we encourage that. When we induct people into our executive board, we like them to bring their spouses. So folks, we started a little late, which is not unexpected. So, and I do want to recognize some people here, and I also want to give the opportunity to some officials who have to leave soon. But let me tell you this, folks. Whenever we design programs for this kind of event, we usually put an item towards the end called voter thanks. I want to flip that. Because I want to thank every one of you here for being here. For being here to celebrate with us the power of love.
So she have a charger.
This is the purpose of this community programs. And I thank you for helping us to make it worthwhile. Thank you very much.
Ask her if she have a charger.
Thank all of the elected officials, not fallen by me.
Oh, charger? I don't have a charger. There's an outlet. Do you have the charger?
It is very
No? What phone is that?
We need people who
Samsung?
do this, so we thank you for
Well, I don't
being
have
here.
one.
I want to thank the New York City Public Advocate, Honorable Jumani Williams. I want to thank my neighbor, lives across the street from me, my state senator, Honorable Ena Subryan. I know that we have among us here the New York City Commissioner of Corrections, Lynell McNeil. Thank you very much. On the table next door with his wife is my friend, who was a representative on the district level in Brooklyn, Mr. James Conklin. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the pleasure of hearing remarks from them as the program goes. In the same spirit of love, unity, and inclusiveness, I would ask you, audience, to join with me in extending a special welcome to our honored guest, the Honorable NLP Veterans Martin. Historic achievement as the first woman to be elected leader of the People's National Movement. The mission of the Caribbean Diaspora United Incorporated presents us with three moral obligations. One, to work to organize endeavors to bring betterment to our lives and the communities in which we live. To develop leadership among our people to serve the needs of our community. And three, to make meaningful contribution to the development of the Caribbean region from whence we came. So that's precisely who we are and what we are about. Now, I'll tell you, we have been told over and over that the region, meaning the Caribbean region, has experienced significant brain drain as a result of migration. Well, we think that the time is appropriate for brain recirculation. By that I mean, just because we're here does not mean we cannot contribute to the development of the country. And with technology and technological know-how, we don't have to live in the Caribbean to contribute to the development of the country. So you will be hearing more about us in that respect. I'm also confident that other leaders among us will help to advance unity, tolerance, and inclusiveness. In this light, in my capacity as president of the CDU, which is the Caribbean Development Diaspora University, I extend a warm embrace to my African American community brothers and sisters, of which we are proud. I also wish to say to our brothers and sisters from continental Africa who are here with us today that we can no longer delay over oneness. Of diverse ethnicities, and over the years, we have found strength in our diversity. Here in the United States of America, we recognize a population of over 15 million people of Caribbean heritage across the U.S. And of course, we are an undeniable part of a larger population of over 40 million brothers and sisters of African heritage in the U.S. And we're proud of it. Finally, I wish to make it clear that the CNU will always promote unity, inclusiveness, and love among all peoples of goodwill, regardless of race or ethnicity. Again, I welcome each and every one of us here to this annual Caribbean Diaspora celebration of love, unity, and inclusion. Thank you very much. So, at this stage, I think I know that our public advocate has to leave we have extended this time. I wish it could have stayed a little longer, but I know you call. So I'd like to invite you to the microphone to speak to us, our loved and beloved public advocate, the Honorable Man Williams.
Peace and blessings, everybody. How you doing? Good morning, good morning. Thank you, Mr. Pursuit, for bringing us together here to unite, the Caribbean diaspora unite. I think people have to understand all around. It's an honor to be here with Honorable Beverly and Big Senator and all the leaders who are here. This is really, really important, particularly at the time we were in. Last time I was here, I said some things, made the mic a little warm, but it was important. And I think we got to warm the mic again because we're in this stuff that we're in this country. I said last time, I think too many of us are drinking orange Kool-Aid. Too many of us are drunk on orange Kool-Aid at this point, which is why we're here in the first place. And I always want to remind us that we learn lessons as we move forward. So we don't drink that Kool-Aid again. Because we're drinking thinking it's going to happen to other people. But it always happens to all of us. And in our stride, I think sometimes show our connection, I guess, to the broader thought. We sometimes try to cast the picture of weakness aside. And I had to remind some of our folks that we overstayed our visa a little bit, some of us. Some of us came to school a long time ago, we're still here. So I just want to make sure we don't forget our own experiences. And as we see now, unfortunately, they're not just supporting criminals and illegals, quote unquote, they deport everybody. They're making people who were here illegally. They have to deport the citizens. So I want us to be clear about that. Because sometimes we get caught up in the hype and we allow folks to be all our biases. We just do. We allow people to have our biases and fears override our intelligence. And we just can't do that. So it's easier to fight this way, but we have to fight others. So we have to unite. But they know that it's easier. And I make it a little more comfortable. But I have to say this because when we say everybody, it has to mean everybody. And that includes our LGBT citizens. Usually it's quiet, and that's around that time. But this is more difficult. That has to include our trans citizens. As a person who grew up with faith in Caribbean black man, I've had my own journey. I'm still on it, but what I do know is that journey has to be based in love. And if we allow people to tell us that we don't have health care because trans people have health care, then we forget we don't have health care because people are making money. So we shouldn't get distracted and then know if we all come together, we'll all have this health care. And this man has just passed a bill that is literally taking money from people who need food and health care to get this world. And so I'm excited about what this organization is doing and will continue to do to keep us together. And the last thing I'll say is, and it took me a while to figure this out. A lot of folks are really saying that they really want to change the system, and I have to learn people just want to become the system. And so I've seen folks that I have supported and moved forward with, once they get into power, they have become the thing instead of trying to dismantle the thing that has kept us down for a very long time. And so I want to make sure that when we get in there, it is important to see ourselves in leadership, but it's more important to have folks who are going to dismantle systems that are going to harm us. So when I was proud to be part of a group of folks, we have more black representation and more group representation than we ever had. Except for Brooklyn, 200,000, city, 200,000 black folks had to leave because they couldn't afford the stadium. While people like me are going to be in power. So that doesn't really make any sense. What's the point of being there if you're not going to change the systems? And I saw more people afraid of free buses than they were of Andrew Cuomo. That doesn't really make any sense to me. We shouldn't be scared of free buses. And we should learn to think. I lost somebody else, okay. But when you hear terms like democratic socialism, learn actually what it is before we get a freedom. Because I learned it from Maurice Bishop, who was Prime Minister of I heard Martin Luther King rail against capitalism, Philip Randolph. David Bacon was a member of the DSA, people know that. Made Holmes was a member of the DSA. And I think what happened is when we got into power, we kind of switched up what we wanted to do and allowed other people to co-opt things that were us and ours in the first place. And I'm afraid now that if we had tried to open free libraries or free K-12 system, trying to get Medicare, Medicaid, trying to get Social Security. We wouldn't be able to do it because they label it something that we are afraid of for whatever reason when we were able to do those things. And I remind people, there were people who literally have no teeth, but they wanted to talk about Obamacare and how bad it was, while keeping the American Care Act, not knowing it was the same thing. So all I'm saying is we should just be knowledgeable of what we're hearing so that we don't get afraid of something that will benefit all of us. And I am aware that there are folks, sometimes they will help black persons, but that doesn't mean they're helping black people. And it's really, really important to understand the difference of that. So that's important to all of us. So, I won't keep too long. Hope I do too many votes. But I want to present this if I could. By the way, we have an election coming up. I can't say who to vote for and all that stuff, but people get to know folks. People here are John Donnie, who is my preferred candidate. Get to know who he is, what he's talking about. And I want us to just be aware, we can talk about what our own biases internally. You have to remind folks, be careful where your market is, bias, that allows someone else's market to include you. So it's really important to think about that. But if I could, is it okay? Yes. To the Honorable Penelope Beckles Robinson, great cities building individuals and organizations perform exemplary acts and do tremendous work on behalf of their communities. And on behalf of the New York City, the City of New York, I'd like to offer my congratulations and official recognition as a noteworthy individual worthy of our highest esteem. You set numerous precedents and made history by becoming the first woman to be elected of the People's National Movement, PNP, the first woman to be elected deputy speaker in the history of the Parliament of the Republic of Guyana. Being re-elected to the House of Representatives as a member of the 13th Republican Parliament and appointed the leader of the opposition this year, you have shown others what it means to be thoughtful and courageous. Additionally, you have committed your life to serving others and have left a legacy of constant leadership, community, service, education, and the betterment of individuals in your community. As a visionary leader, you create a lasting impact on the lives of residents in Trinidad and Tobago by encouraging them with a message of unity and making sure to hold the government accountable. As a respected attorney and politician, you stand up for what is right and just, while also inspiring with a message of strength and hope. As public advocate, I know the importance of dedication, hard work, spreading the positive message, and the significance of serving others. I offer you my gratitude and your commitment to your work in Trinidad and Tobago and throughout the world. Congratulations on your achievements on today's celebration of the Caribbean Diaspora United Income Unity Breakfast, on the legacy you continue to build and the work you continue to do. Sincerely, to my new public
Finish.
I appreciate the work you're doing in those areas.
Take a picture. Give me a picture. Hold it here. Take a picture.
Thank you, public advocate. I really wish you could have stayed another 5 more minutes. We'll have something special I want to do.
I want to take a picture with me.